No, no, Carl, you misunderstand. You see, DJ, he made it all back. He made it all back. You didn't see the post? He made it all back. Off stream. You just gotta trust him, man. Yeah, how silly of you. You should know better. You should know better. DJ never misses. His off stream is perfect. He never messes up. Okay, I think we're about good to go here. ECG looks like it's popping out. All right, let's see. All right, good morning. Good morning, folks. Hope you're all doing well. BCG, I saw this one. Moved yesterday. Might be getting some momentum here with the volume inflow. A lot of volume right at the top of the hour. Well, right before the top of the hour, I suppose. Yeah, good volume though. 200,000. See if it turns into anything in particular. This is a newer company, either a reverse merger of some kind or some kind of SPAC. No, okay, it's just not showing up properly. There we go. Okay, never mind. I misspoke. Yeah, this is an older company. One that's fairly stable with a few pops here and there. Good morning, Kazi. Good morning, good morning. Okay, BTAI. Looks like we have some movement on this one. So you had a bit of a grind up here before this pop. All right, we do have news. Announces Food and Drug Administration acceptance. Okay. Yeah, it popped up, but it's just kind of not really getting any traction here. Just kind of rolled over. Decent volume though, but yeah, just no real follow through. Yep, to the depths. Good morning, Soul. Let's see. BCG continuing to break out here. So this moved yesterday from earnings. So they made 1 cent per share, up from 7-cent loss year over year. So they turned some kind of profitability this quarter. Which is, I mean, that's a strong catalyst. Right, 364, you look at the daily chart, this is way, way up now. LAB. I wasn't able to trade that one yesterday, right? That one's out of play for me. Yep. Assume this isn't shortable in either one, but I will check. Oh, it is shortable in this one. Okay. Well, I will posture for it. Wow, I was able to get the first order out, and by the time I was put in the second order, ran out of shares. Okay. I'm able to do less. Really? So there is less than 10 shares? So if I do another 8, it won't let me. Weird. Okay, well, we'll do it like that then. Huh. Maybe someone just returned shares here. Okay. All right, so I'm postured for BCG if this one wants to run. ELAB. Oh, actually, ELAB's point. Well, it's not even that big of a pullback. This was such a strong move. How did kids do? Because I called out that I predicted kids would roll over within the first day. It didn't really. It's holding well. So I predicted, what did I say? 80% retracement. This looks like a 50%. So it gave back a lot of the move, but it held, it's holding up well, right? Yeah, we're currently sitting at about 50%. It did go as low as 60, but I was expecting it to retrace 80 and just hold there. So it's holding up better than I expected. So credit where credit is due there. Also, I just want to say, I'm selling a course. If you check the link in the description, the first link, you can see a link to my course. Go ahead and check that link out. It's totally out there for everybody right now. So if you want to check out how I trade, click the link in the description, the first link, and you can see my course. Check it out. I'll go ahead and remove these here. Gotta update these. A lot of these are just dead now. I'll keep kids as well. How did NPT do? But yeah, good morning, RSD. Good morning, no thanks. And I don't know if I said good morning, Soul. I think I did, but good morning if I didn't. So NPT, it flushed, but it actually curled back. So impressive there. CYCN. This one's popping up. Merger agreement. Some kind of merger agreement. A million shares immediately. Okay, I'm able to do it on Webull. Put the orders out. Efficient shares. I just check it a couple times. Drop it. Yeah, none. Okay. So I was able to only get the first order out for CYCN. We'll see if it ends up coming up to it or not. So we got orders for BCG and CYCN. It's holding pretty well here around 211. I didn't see anything about the terms of the merger. Let's see here. Rock and Roll Wednesday, hopefully. A BCG pulling back a good bit. So you have a conference call scheduled for today at 8 a.m. Yeah, the terms aren't really disclosed yet. Really just seems to be hovering around this $2 level. Just gonna ping it occasionally because I'm surprised that BCG didn't let me short for a moment, but then it did. So that meant people were returning shares. ASTC. Yeah, this one's still curling up. Very, very interesting move. Okay, CYCN could be curling. There was some support at $2, it looks like. Getting the next leg up here. He had this slow grind too. See if we get it. Where's Tenelli? Tenelli? I have no idea what that is. Hey, we got a break here. Tenelli and old 70s duo. All right, we are short. It is in the Weibo account, though, because I could not place it in the Thinkorswim account. I can show it here. So we are short in the Weibo account. All right, let's see. We get a million shares of volume inflow here. My only regret is I couldn't place the other orders, and I'm still not able to, right? Yeah. So we're basically locked into just the first leg of the order, unfortunately. Or fortunately, if it keeps going up. I think it's just CYCN, because BCG is basically curling back here. Yeah, I mean, it's still definitely... This is definitely still one to watch, but it looks like it could be backside. We'll have to see if this can end up basing out here and curling back. Okay, a bit of a top there, but we'll see if it actually holds. You hit target profit on CYCN just now. There you go. I'll see if we get another leg on this. I'm still kicking myself that I couldn't place the other orders because, I mean, if this ends up holding up at least somewhat decently, then I'm probably just going to be like break even on this, or maybe even a loser. We will see. Nice recovery though on that breakdown. Good volume. Very nice follow through. What would my other orders have been? Because I'm curious, because I'm under now, but I'm curious if I would have been fully filled or not. Yeah, 267 would have been the ad, so I would have added. I'd be basically all in here. Very nice. Up about 100% on the day, so this is a very powerful move now. You're continuing to see good inflow too. I think important too is that whenever this pullback happened, it was very quickly bought up on good volume. So it showed there was immediate recovery strength coming into this. What would my average have been? Let's see. So 67. Yeah, so my average would be around 280. So I'd be about 30 cents underwater with full size. Still, what a gap up on the daily. You had one instance where it did it back here. $1 up to 9. But that was, no, that was intraday though. Looking for gaps. I don't see that many actual gaps. Still holding back without a lot of pullbacks, right? All three of these pullbacks were pretty light pullbacks so far. Yeah, looking at shelf registration, there isn't a lot. The most recent one was back in May 2025. So almost a year ago was the last prospectus. So there isn't a lot of tailwind selling pressure. This could do something interesting. Your NCYCN at 223, out at 310. Wow. What a catch. Yes, this is the first time it's hesitating, but again, it's holding strong, right? It hasn't broken out, but it's also not giving a lot back either. Looks strong, but we could also be due for a pullback. There you go. There's your new high. I want to see how much volume this candle gets. Yeah, do keep in mind too, they are going to they're going to put out a call at 8 o'clock today to talk about this. So at 8 o'clock, this should see some very interesting movement. Yep, we're up 150%. So this thing's really on fire. Yeah, so even this was really just accumulation. BCG. Yeah, this one's still curling back. So it's really just CYCN here. This is the only thing that's really moving. We got 5 minutes to the half hour here. Yeah, BTA I ended up just kind of failing. Good morning, Lawson. I might honestly... Yeah, I think I'm going to cancel my orders for BTAI. Maybe this is the spark for the hot market, though, right? This is a very, very nice follow-through. Like a huge follow-through. I just want to see other stocks holding up a little better too, not just immediately rolling over. The daily, it's gapping up at about here now. You got some daily resistance. Yeah, ARTL did this Friday and didn't spark. No, you're totally right on that. And that's why I'm saying this could be the spark. I'm not saying that this is going to start it, but rather, if we get other stocks that also perform well, then that reinforces the narrative, right? Because right now we have the spark. We had the spark last week on Friday and it didn't do anything. So the question is, are other stocks going to also follow through? All right, because we've got the spark again here with CYCN. Yeah, it's got to start somewhere. It's been cold since February. Yeah. It really has. Honestly, since basically the start of February. All right, 1 minute till half hour. Boy, oh boy. RENX. Let's see what this one does. All right, beats revenue guidance, delivering 8.2 million. Okay, so it looks like some kind of earnings with it. This company is newer. Only a year, right? I only see back to December 19th. We did have a spike up here, $3 to $7. Have a drop down here too, 280. It might end up covering here. Yeah. All right. I got it here. Let's see what it does. So quick pop up, 400,000. Yes, we've closed the gap. Yeah, we'll see if this resolution continues the same as CYCN here. Stair-stepping volume is very strong. Or at least it looks strong. This is a pullback, but it was a very strong move, and this volume isn't as high as the breakout, so this still looks bullish to me. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, so it's quite a pullback. The volume's high, but it's not super high. Oof. I don't like to see that much of a pullback. CYCN continuing to curl. Yeah, we'll see if it recovers. Am I using Thinkorswim screener? Yes. Yeah, that's like half of it's basically half retracement. Still, it just touched 2 and quickly rebounded. Still 252 straight down to 203 in 3 minutes. It's disgusting. Perhaps what might have happened was people started hyping into this because of CYCN, and the news might not have justified it. So perhaps that's why it was overly pumped. That's at least my thoughts. CNI revenue. That's a penny stock. Brah. These dang penny stocks, man. So you're basing out here a good bit. I mean, maybe this holds up. This looks like quite a violent flush, though. I mean, maybe it holds up. You've had some inflow here. That could be them basing out. Yeah, SCNI is fully rolled over now. Gave the entire thing back. I say the entire thing, like, I mean, we're talking like a 20-cent move. Okay, RNX did pop. I mean, maybe this is just the base. Like, maybe this was people thinking it was bad. They got out and now it's actually going to move. Could be. You avoid total pennies, yeah. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what my scanner is configured for, but I think it's like 50 cents or something for me too. Yeah, this might recover. This looked very bearish initially. Yeah, we'll see. I do have a buy order out to cover, but it's a significant ways down from here. It's got to break below 2. Yeah, you got an uptrend. I mean, this is looking like it might actually recover. Right? I'm starting to get more convinced now. You're getting an uptrend. I still got a lot of time to hold it. Looking good initially, right? So my entry was at 239. At one point I was up 37 cents at one point. All right, now we're basically break even, just a little bit in profit. So it's retraced well. Yeah, I mean, it's recovered. Like, it's come back to high. Am I finally going long? No, sir. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, oh my. What a rug. Hmm. Yeah, we'll see if it bases out here now, but that does not look pretty. So you've got two signals now. You've got this flush signal here, and you've got this flush signal here. But you've also got these accumulations going on. I'm like 50-50 if this is going up or down. I mean, I know it's got two really nasty flushes, but it also feels like it's getting some sort of momentum held, right? It's held here and curled up. It actually has based here to some extent. It might be curling. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, it did. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. So someone's trying to play this to shake people out, I think. Someone actually wants to run this up, maybe? Huh. All right. A little over halfway to the time limit. I don't know. I feel like this is going up. I think both of these were shakeouts. Not great for me because I'm short, but that's what I think. Hmm. A lot of chaos here. Both of these pushes down have been on lighter volume. There's a bit of a discrepancy there. Yeah, I'm still bullish. GL. Seems to have news. Partners with and Huiyan Group. Accelerate global drone and electric mobility expansion. Seems like a nothing burger. Be able to put some orders out if this does want to run. So I got orders out for this now. RENX still range bound. I mean, you had a bit of a drop here, but the channel is still intact. I'm still bullish on it. Well, small green day so far. Got to see some big movers. You like your $150 green days? Yes, sir. Don't we all? All right, we got 4 minutes to the top of the hour. TGL, I mean, it might move, but I'm not really expecting it to. It sucks that I can't take partial profits. Because when we had this first pullback, I basically had to go for all or nothing, so I was going for my primary target profit. Like, this would have been an instance where it would have been nice to take half off or something, to just lock something up. Sucks I can't do that. Yeah, it's going down, but it's still low volume. Feels like it's URGO feels like has been the safest mover. We've seen that consistently does $3 green days every day. I haven't looked at like how it's been performing. I mean, I don't know. Like, it was downtrending for like 2 days last week. I wouldn't really call that safe. I don't know what you mean. Like the last 2 days, but it doesn't seem like it's been doing that every time. Yeah, I need to start thinking about cutting RENX now. I've given it too much time, and I'm still basically flat on it. Oh, April 16th, SEC is voting on the new rule? Very nice. I want to see that. The thing is this is rugged multiple times now, so I don't even trust this rug. XIL. I'm gonna get rid of TGL. This one's just not doing anything. Is there a reason why I'm going very low size? Yes, this is still the early stages of this new strategy. I was doing 1 share size, now I'm doing 8. Yeah, this is very, very early on. We've only taken 10 trades with this strategy, so I'm not exposing myself a lot yet. XIL Brands announced new agreement with Home Depot. Feature a suite of its flagship axle products available to purchase at Home Depot. I mean, that seems something relevant. BIF, I'll check it out. Oh, this is the one that's been grinding up. Yeah, this one's been grinding up well. So, are we seeing like a continuation then? Maybe. Long test unit sales surge over 146%. Yeah, I'm looking at BIF right now. All right, I have an order out on BIF. It's got to do a lot of work for me to want to get in this though, but I do have an order for it. Quantum. Yeah, Quantum has been doing some crazy stuff lately, just with its price action. Like, look at let me go to like 10 days. Look at this. This went from $2 up to $5. So it's made a big move too. All right, I'm trying to get out of RENX now. All right, I'm out of RENX. I tried to give it time. It was not breaking down. Like, I was really close to getting out here, but ended up curling back, went into the red a little bit. Basically flat for a lot of this. Just couldn't curl to what I wanted it to do. Now we get to watch it rug now that I'm out, but... Or no, maybe it pops. But, yeah. Buck, 4 cents. Honestly, I'll take it. Time limit reached. BIF. Not really moving too crazy much. I mean, this move, what is this, like a 10% move? %? Yeah, it's about 10%. SPAI. This one's kind of stalled out too. Yeah, so TGL, SPAI, and BIF, none of them are really moving. Right, TGL died. Just no volume. So, one trade. Yeah. We'll see if this curls. My order for this BIF order is way, way up there, though. Like, it's got to move a lot. And, well, not, it's got to move a lot up, not down. RENX basically just chopping. CYCN's holding up pretty well. Right? This is really based out. Curious if it'll hold into open or not. Curious what this will end up doing, because I thought this was going to go higher, honestly. I thought this was going to turn into a losing trade. But it's really stalled out, much more than I expected. Yeah, BIF still range bound. I think we're just waiting here. We're waiting for the half hour. I don't think anything's really moving too much. I mean, maybe RENX will break out here now. It is getting a little bit more volume uptick. It's nothing too big, though. On the bright side, it seems like my cover wasn't bad. I don't remember exactly where I covered, but it was like around here or something. So it was a little below 230. And, right, 230's here, so I covered in the near the bottom of this area. So I should at least be happy about that. YCN. Looks like it might be curling. You got a bit of a stair step up here. See if this ends up making another leg higher. Man, it's boring right now. BIF is just totally stalled out. Getting rid of my BIF order. Yeah, I guess the only thing really to watch at the moment is CYCN. But it's already up so much. This is a crazy gap up. It's even above here. Why? What's wrong? What's wrong, Multi-Pane? What do you mean, April Fools? What? What do you mean? Look, anybody who hasn't already, I have a course. I'm selling a course. It is the greatest course. No course is better than my course. If you check the first link in the description, you can see a video that shows my course and what's in it. So if you're bored and don't have anything to do, I got that link in the description. You can check out my course. Oh. I'm sleepy. I don't know about you guys. This is just making me fall asleep, though. At least I took a trade. There you go. We're gonna do it on WOMP, or WOP, or whatever it's called. Oh man. I thought about even like going all out. I decided against it, but I was thinking about making a video for the channel. Just be like, I don't know, I'd just put on a goofy persona. Maybe like I'd like Photoshop a Lamborghini behind me or something. Be like, you guys should check out my course, man. Link in the bio, link in the description. I thought about it. I figured I just throw it in. Throw it in for this stream. Yes, sir. Thought you were watching DJ for a second, huh? Yeah, man. Guys, look, I'm profitable, guys. Like, if you want to be like me, you want to watch behind my shoulder, watch me trade live every day, you want to see the process, see the procedure. Look, you guys just go ahead, subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my my course. It's a great course. It's very cheap, it's very affordable for you guys cuz I care about you guys. So just like if you guys are interested and you want to become day traders and become better traders and profitable like me, then, just go ahead and just click that link in the description, first link. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'm doing this for you guys. Like I'm doing it for you. Hmm. BIAF is actually moving a bit now. If you haven't already, this might be something to keep an eye on. I got rid of my order, but it's moving slow enough I could maybe put it back. No, it's got to move over $1 to my entry. I don't think it's doing that. Hmm. I caught him out a few days back, and he banned me from stream and deleted my comments. I did notice too when he blew up his account yesterday. He deleted all the comments that were negative for the video. So, like after his streams are public, you can rewatch them. So there was a bunch of people that left comments criticizing him, and he deleted all the comments. He left the good ones, like the positive ones, but if anyone was like saying like, how are you going to sustain blowing up a 50% account or an account 50% every month or whatever, those comments all got deleted. Yeah, so he's, you know, censoring. It's a shame. And I wouldn't even mind it as much if he wasn't selling a product, but because he's selling a product, and to me, and this is like, you know, this is just based off my research, but it looks to me like he's committing some form of fraud. So, I mean, what can you do, you know? I'm not gonna go and like make a video and like go after him because that's just asking for like defamation and all that stuff, and I don't really wanna deal with that. Not at the size I am. If I was a bigger channel, maybe I would be more interested in going after people like that, but I just can't really. Like I wouldn't be able to afford a lawsuit and all that stuff. Or I probably could, but I mean that's like all my money. Not to mention the aggravation that is. Well, I wouldn't mind. Like, here's the thing. Like, I would love to go after someone like that because, you know, I'd be helping people, right? I'd be signaling that this isn't okay. I'd be teaching people what to look for, what to avoid. And I think that's all really good and helpful. So, like, I want to do that. 3 million lawsuit? Is it that? Okay, if it's like $3 million for a lawsuit, then I probably couldn't afford it. Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm in trading. I love him. I've watched some of his content. Yeah, I would want to be more like an I'm in trading. Yeah, Iman's gone over a lot of the big people, or the bigger people. And he's very brave for it, and I have massive respect for him. And it happens on all levels, right? Like the DJ, like he's a lower level person. But like you get some of the bigger ones like ICT, where they're much bigger manipulators. Yeah, certainly. But yeah, if it's like and I don't know like how much it would cost too for a defamation case. So if it costs millions of dollars, no way. I wouldn't survive. Absolutely not. I think they charged Russ because he wasn't given a disclaimer about trading like him. No, that wasn't what the lawsuit was about. So, because I've looked into the lawsuit, the basis of the lawsuit was that he was advertising. He was advertising that people were able to make money, and he was misrepresenting how many people could make money like that. It wasn't necessarily. It wasn't necessarily just that he wasn't conveying that his results are not likely. It's that he was downplaying how unlikely it was you would lose money. Right? And that's not only that, but I don't know if you know, but he spent over $10 million in advertising. Ross did. Okay? So, like, you got to ask yourself, for someone who's trying to make money by selling a course, $10 million in advertising is a massive amount of money. And that's only for a few years that they did the investigation from. He's probably spent upwards of $50 million to $100 million in advertising. Where does he get all that money from? And what is he getting back from all that money? Do you think he's making that much money? Like $50 to $100 million from course sales? Do you think he's getting that money from that? Why would he be spending so much money on advertising? It's a very interesting question, isn't it? At the beginning, I actually thought DJ was genuinely a good guy and sounded sincere. Never understood how people straight up scam people without any remorse. So, I've thought about... Yeah. No, I looked into the lawsuit pretty thoroughly. That's, yeah. Ross, I mean, from what I could tell, it feels like he's misrepresented the lawsuit, but That's just from what I've seen him report, and I could be wrong about that, so I'm not gonna like claim that he intentionally did it or whatever. But from what I had seen, it looked misrepresentative to me, at least from what I saw. As for DJ, DJ was a very interesting case study for me. Okay, so, you know, DJ parrots that he does the warrior trading system. So because I was critical of the warrior trading system, if DJ was successful, he was counter evidence to me, right? I'm saying the system doesn't work. I'm showing the FTC investigation saying it didn't work, but DJ was being successful. It looked successful. So to me, DJ was a really important case study because if he was successful, then my thesis was wrong, right? And I got to own that, right? If someone can come out and say, hey, I'm working with Ross's system, then I need to say, okay, I can't just ignore this. But yeah, I don't know. The intent of DJ is very interesting to me, and I'm having trouble deciphering if it was malicious from the beginning or if it was something that developed into it. Because here's what I observed from DJ, okay? And this is my honest opinion of DJ. When DJ started his account, early 2026, I think he was genuinely thinking he found a way to be successful. He's a new trader. He trades martingale using the warrior trading metrics. Like, he looks for a stock popping, then he'll trade martingale, which is that you buy a stock, when it goes against you, you double down, and then you don't need it to go back as much to be break even, right? That's kind of the thesis of martingale. And it eliminates losses, sometimes turns losses into wins, and makes your accuracy really, really high. And it is very convincing for a new trader to see high accuracy and your losers turning into break even or small winners and say, I figured it out. It's very easy and tempting to do that. I did that when I was new. And I think that's what happened to DJ. He got in over his head. He blew up his account twice in the first month. And he attributed that to him not being disciplined enough. He increased his account size so that he had more cushion for the doubling downs, right? You can double down more if you have more capital, which is why his $10,000 account hasn't blown up as much. So there's that. And I was really looking at the transparency when DJ started. When DJ started, it was incredibly easy to tell the weak points of martingale, right? You could see the open P&L. You could see the massive drawdowns in the account balance. There were lots of ways to distinguish the risks of martingale trading. And DJ, what he did when he made the $10,000 account and he started his Discord was he quit his job and he went all in on the YouTube channel. And I want to, like, you know, we're treating people as people. I think what happened with DJ was he got in over his head. He went all in and he couldn't back out. And what he started doing was he had to, initially he was doing things that were morally okay, but maybe not aesthetically pleasing. Like, he would remove the open P&L. So that's not like immoral or bad, but he's kind of omitting the truth or the weak point of martingale. And he omitted the open P&L, then he omitted the account balance. Then he was tweaking his losses after the stream. So every single trade he had a negative result on stream, he tweaked it after the stream. Except one. There was like a $50 red day he had. He didn't tweak that one. But that one, it's a $50 red day. But yeah, every single instance, he's recovered at least half of the loss off stream. And he's gone to the point where he's now deleting comments that are critiquing him. So he's been escalating over time, and I don't think it was malicious from the start. I genuinely don't. I think DJ was genuinely a good person who was a new trader who got in over his head and is stuck. And he's trapped. And I feel bad for him for that, but I mean, at the end of the day, you're defrauding customers. So, you know, it's rough. Yeah, Ross doesn't average. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I understand that. I'm not saying he parrots Ross's strategy. I should have clarified. He's not doing Ross's strategy exactly, right? He's mostly using the 5 pillars. He's using a lot of the psychology aspects of Ross's teachings, right? He's not doing Ross's actual strategy for like entering and exiting. No. It seems to me DJ trades the same every day instead of adapting to the market sentiment. It's crazy, right? Like he'll trade hyper aggressive in a cold market. And it's just like, dude, you're like bashing your head against a brick wall, you know? Yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad for the whole situation. It's just a bad situation all around. And the worst part to me is that DJ, to me, isn't inherently a bad person. Like, I don't believe that's true. It can be very easy to believe that in hindsight, or if you're looking at it from the outside. But when I did my investigation and I kind of saw where he started and what looked like genuine enthusiasm, has slowly almost corrupted into this kind of, I have to manipulate the situation to make it work. It's disgusting, and I feel very bad about the whole situation. I mean, Carl, you're saying, is it that the strategy works, but if he's not Ross, you can't execute it correctly? DJ seems to be a bit of a gambler, doesn't know when to quit. Again, he's a newer trader, so he might not understand the context fully of hot cold cycles. I don't know, like the whole argument with Ross's strategy working, it's just that he's not trading it right. That's I don't really fully support that, just because nobody can really replicate Ross's strategy. Even Ross's 100K club, if you look at the testimonials, none of them trade Ross's system. They all openly say it. They say, I learned the basics from Ross, but I couldn't be profitable with his system, so I made my own system. And that's what the testimonials all say. I think every single one of them says that. He typically enters small and adds way more as on the dump. It's more than that. So I've watched EJ to kind of get a feel for his strategy. So normally he trades, like, we'll just say 200 to 500 shares. Like, that's his average normal size. And he'll trade that on the pullbacks or the momentum plays. What will happen is on the dips, normally he might double size. So if you have 200, it dips, you'll go to 400. And then if it continues down, you sell for the loss. But then on the next trade, he will double down more, right? And he doubles down based on how much in the red he is. So if he's down like 2,000, and I'm not kidding you, I've seen this. I've seen it happen where he was down $2,000. He took like 1,000 share position, got rug pulled hard, and the price dropped like $1. Right, so he was down like $1,000 open P&L, and then he bought 15,000 shares after just experiencing that the stock can move $1 per share in seconds. Right, so he amplifies the drawdown according to how much he's down on the day. And that's part of why you got to remove the open P&L. Because if your open P&L is like $8,000 in the red, then you can't show that. Only thing that he was able to apply from Ross's strategies is a bull flag micro pullback on the 1-minute chart. Well, I mean, he does the 5 pillars, right? He knows the 5 pillars of stock selection. I literally have martingales. And even my strategy is a form of martingale trading, right? So the strategy I'm doing is I have a 1-2-1 system where I add, I predetermine where I think price is going to go to, and I have 3 add levels where I'll add. The critical difference is that the values that I'm adding at are never growing or shrinking. They're solid. They are not dynamic. They are static. And this is important because that means that I'm not doubling down into losers. Like there is an extent to where I stop doubling down. So yeah, my losses are bigger than my wins, or they should be. I've really only had 1 loss, but the losses should be bigger than the wins statistically, but the accuracy is high enough to where it should overcome it. And that's really the big difference is I'm pricing in that I have a positive expected value, right? I'm 11 trades into the system. I'm green 10 out of the 11. Even with the 1 loser that I had, I only lost like $3. I think max drawdown on that trade, I was down $7. And max drawdown is important, right? So even if we give me the worst case scenario, which is I was down the full $7 when I cut the trade, if I would have cut it, then I would still be up like $8, right? So the strategy, at least currently, is positive EV, and that's including the drawdown, because the drawdown is the unseen. You see DJ's green every day, but you don't see his unrealized P&L when he's red. Red Ross yesterday down 6,100. Yeah. I wonder if he traded CYCN. I have a suspicion he might have. ASTC curling up a little bit here. Kind of light volume. No, yeah, I took no trades yesterday, and I mean, it sucks, but when I saw that DJ had a huge loss and Ross had a huge loss, I felt actually kind of good about myself. I'm like, yeah, I didn't trade yesterday, and they both lost a bunch of money. It is a nice feeling, though. As much as you hate to see people lose money, whenever you are questioning your string, right? So maybe I'm a bad influence since I never lose. I mean, to be fair, RENX, I would have been more. I think I sold it like 27, or I covered at 27, I think. So I would be like slightly more in profit if I was still holding. I could have gotten it like 220, 219. Yeah, so I could have made another 8 cents if I was still holding this. That was green 10% yesterday. Weird. What was? CYCN still grinding up. This one's honestly really impressive how well this is holding. Yeah, we're coming up on 9 o'clock. I'm at least happy I was able to trade today, but honestly, it's still not much. Still, another 4 trades here. And I get another 4 trades, then the plan is to size up. I'm debating between if I want to double size or if I want to quadruple. Right, so I would either be doing 16 share size or I would be doing 32. I'm debating which one I want to do. I'm not really sure. Maybe I'll decide once I have all 15 trades. I guess we could do a poll while we're waiting, since we're getting near the end of the session. Look at her go, CYCN continuing to run. I can check in on him. Yeah, I'll check in on him here. Let's take a look at DJ. Let's see how he's doing. Let's see. There's some asthma gold. All right, let's see how he's doing. Wait, why is he up $1,000? He said he was in trader rehab and he was gonna do super small size. Why is he up 1,000? I could have no. No. So he's up 1,000. Look at this. Look at this. Look at his posts. Yeah, where was it? Yeah, he's in rehab mode. Yeah, trader rehab, reducing share size, A+ only. So he's in trader rehab, but he's up $1,000. Does that check out? Look at all these trades. Look at these. I mean, I guess he's okay. If he's trading CYCN, fair enough, right? Fair enough. Because CYCN has been very strong and it's been exceptional. Even if you had small size, you could have still done well. So I will actually give a bit of a pass on that. But it's still interesting to say I'm trading smaller size and yet he's up over 1,000 on the day. Yeah, look at all these orders. Or no, you can't actually see them. Okay, never mind. You can't actually see that. You might not be able to see the full screen. That's fair enough. You'd be a green fool. I mean, how much is it up? It's up 200%. Right? I mean, would you have predicted that the stock would be up 200? Like, look at the daily on it. Look at this. This is like a half dent downtrending stock. The price is currently at, what is it at? It's at 490. The price is way up here. You're telling me you would have held through all that? You would have held all the way from here up to 490. That's the thing. I've seen a trade before, and that's why I stayed out. Well, you'd be up $1,000 as well in my sim account. Yeah. I would have held it if I had got in at the bottom. Yes, sir, you're a holder. I have a hard time letting go of the bag. Well, I mean, in this case, it would have made you serious bank, I suppose. You would have like 3 extra money or 2x'd it or whatever. Jeez. It's only moving because nothing else is moving. I disagree. I don't really think that way. If it was a hot market, I would agree, but it's a cold market. This has to be moving because the catalyst is good. Yeah, DJ bagged indeed. Well, I mean, not that he bagged. He traded CYCN a shit ton. Keep in mind, he's trading on CMEG. So if you actually did trade with real money like that, your commissions would be through the roof. Just FYI. Right? He trades hundreds of times a day. Right? Because he's like a hyper scalper. And I respect hyper scalping, but I'm just saying that your fees and commissions are going to be extraordinarily high on something like CMEG is not going to be sustainable. You may bag money. Seems like most people are green. Now, I don't mean to be that guy who like doubts the polls, but I noticed that most of the time, the people that say I'm green are more than the people that say I'm red. And I feel like statistically that just shouldn't be the case. So I'm wondering if the people that are voting in these polls are the people that were green and stuck around versus the people that were red that said, I don't want to trade anymore, I'm going to leave. So I'm wondering if these polls might be biased because of who stays around. You know what I mean? So far, in every poll you've been red but one. I feel like I'm always clicking. Okay. I mean, somebody's clicking green. Somebody in here is just like a super sniper sleuth. Because I never vote in them, right? I'm not able to vote in my own polls, which is fine. But every poll that I've ever put out, I've never voted in. So it's not me that's saying green. Somebody here is just really, really good at trading, I suppose. Maybe we got like a stealth guy who's actually just like a god. Who micromanages a hedge fund. Who knows? Yeah, I don't see anything else really worth watching. I'm mostly just watching CYN because it's interesting that it's up so much. But there's nothing else really. Yeah, even RENX, like this held. It didn't really continue to pull away. It didn't really break down. It just kind of made its move and has been holding. I made like a buck on 8 shares. So what did a buck for? What is that? 12 cents? No, 13. I made 13 cents per share today. Whoop-de-doo. 13 cents per share. Sure it's not flip-flop? It could be flip-flop. That's very fair. I haven't seen him talk, though. Yeah, flip-flop hasn't been around. Maybe he's just recognized the market's too cold. He's better than me. You see, I come here every day. I sit here and then do nothing every day. Like, this is the first time I've traded in like 5 days or 6 days or something. So flip-flop just kind of read the message on the wall and said, okay, I'm just not going to come and show up. So maybe like what he's doing is in some ways more productive. But I'm forced to be here. You make $7 billion. You made $7 billion today? I mean, hey man, I made $1.04. If I just trade 7 billion days like this, I'll catch up to you before you know it. If you don't show up, you don't know how it's going. Exactly, right? And not only that, but because I'm not just showing up to show up, I'm also trying to document data, right? I'm trying to see how frequently my strategy fires in a cold market. So it's not just like I'm showing up for just to see the market temperature. I'm trying to document, you know? So it is like I'm doing two things, right? I'm not just showing up to trade, and I'm not just showing up for you guys. I'm also showing up to document the process. I'm also dreading the YouTube notification from Ross flexing his 100K today or some shit. Yeah, I'm expecting it. I'm expecting it. Oh, you're here. You just got up late. You did close some swings from the overall market. Okay, there you go. But are you up more than me, flip-flop? That is the question. Ross's peanut encourages the hell out of you. Yeah, there you go. Encourage is one way to describe it. BIAF is curling again. I've kind of given up on this one, but it looks like it could be curling for a breakout. You're holding CYCN at 320, 50 share. Can I get your thoughts on BCG? BCG popped up this morning. Happened with it. So it kind of just, yeah, Yeah, so it popped up right before 7. No, right at 7. Okay, so right at 7 it popped up. Came up on decent volume and it just gave back the entire thing. Yeah, so this move appears to be just some sort of pump and dump. As far as this, what was the news from yesterday? Okay, earnings. So it's earnings. It looks like their earnings was better than expected. They beat it by about 8 cents. I mean, that's very strong. Their sales was also up year over year. So at least in terms of year over year, their performance was a lot better. So this is purely an earnings play, right? This gapped up on earnings. Seems strong. I wouldn't expect a full retracement. To me, this seems like a fair valuation where it's at right now. I don't really think I'm not really bullish or bearish. I think this is a fair placement where the price should be. Give or take, right? Yeah, we're at the top of the hour. We'll see if we get anything that pops up here. You got $4 on 20 shares. 20 share size. Trades are slow in the morning for me. You're up more than me. Yeah, no problem, Larry. I typed Larry in the ticker. Oh my god, I'm dead. I'm like subconsciously thinking of your name and I'm like trying to type the ticker. Wow. Larry the stock. Yeah, so a lot of green people today. I'm surprised. Half of, like, over half. It's impressive. BIAF breaking out. It has broken out of its high. Yeah. It's taken a while to do it. I doubt it moves quick enough to get to where I would want to be. Thing is, BIAF moves very slowly. It's shown to do this throughout the last several weeks. Even, like, I have an idea of where I would want to go short, but I just don't think it's going to move quick enough. It's 9 o'clock, though. I'll give it like 5 minutes. If this thing really starts to show power, because you are getting some volume here. If it gets some power, I'll consider it. Yeah, so on this pullback area, not super high volume, which could go either way. A whole dollar's very optimistic. I don't think it does that. Not before market open. I mean, we'll see. Honestly, I think I'm ready to call it. We'll see what this curls to. We'll see. Right, because I really want to look at around 5 to 520 to start to go short, but it's so far from there. It would have to do it before 515. Thing I'm wondering is, how is Ross legit if no one can replicate him? Well, I would flip your thinking around, Yusuf. Instead of asking how Ross is legit, ask how Ross is making his money. Right? Like, let's just like back up and look at the very fundamentals, okay? Ross has made a lot of money. He's made over 10 million. He has put his brokerage statements out. They've been audited. They've been verified. I think it is reasonable, therefore, to assume that Ross's reported results are accurate. All right? I am not disputing his claims. But you got to ask yourself, if nobody can replicate him, and even his 100K club, all the people in that club can't replicate him, at that point you got to ask, what is it? If Ross is actually making money, what is he doing that isn't replicatable by others? Right? That's where you need to start. Okay, so 480, rug pull to 450. She's going down. I'm yelling timber. You better move. You better dance. Quick reminder to anybody who hasn't already seen it. If you look at the first link in the description, I have my new course that I just put out. So if you guys want to go ahead and check out my course, link is in the description, very first link. And you can go ahead and check that out. I priced it very fairly, I think. So if you want to be profitable like me, make $1 a day like I did today, then click out that link in the description and you too can be a profitable day trader. All right. Well, with BIF rolling over, I think I'm going to call it here. Exponential gains. Exactly, Skavon. Yeah, I heard the claim that he uses live stream to time his entries and exits. Doesn't this go both ways? What do you mean by that, Yusuf? What do you mean, doesn't it go both ways? You say you're getting in to 1,000+ people, you get in, and then you get out, and then you say you're getting out, or that you got out. Both of those constitute front running, and those are both a structural edge. I just want to see what Yusuf says before we go, and then I'm gonna call it once Yusuf gives his response. I mean, or if he's just not gonna respond, then I guess I'll just end it here. Because yeah, I mean, okay, here we are. I just think people would copy his trade, but literally trades in microseconds. And people, no, Yusuf, here's what you don't understand. It's people thinking they can copy his trades that fuel the front running, right? Ross puts out a $20 free trial where you can watch him, and that's the whole point, right? The whole point of Ross putting out his $20 free trial is so that you can watch him live, you feel tempted to follow his trades, and then copy him. And that's the whole point, right? Now, and I know Ross will argue that that's not the point. The point is that I'm wanting you to see how a professional does it. Like, that's what he's going to pitch as the sale. And like, you can't really, the problem is it's very hard to prove intent. How do you prove that Ross is intending to front run his audience. It's not something that you can structurally prove, which is the big problem. All right, and that's why he's able to do it. But yeah, I mean, I've convinced you. Well, I mean, I'm glad to hear that. And again, look, this isn't me coming as a Ross hater. Like, I like Ross as a person. His course genuinely does have good fundamentals. I think they're overpriced. I don't think you should be spending $4,000 plus, $7,000 plus dollars on fundamental information. But he does teach well, and he does teach good information. So, credit where credit is due. But all right. Glad that we can at least agree on that. I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. We have one more day this week. Unfortunately, Friday, the market will be closed. So I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully I can end the day